How did you use new media technologies in the research, planning, construction and evaluation stages? A technology I used was the Canon EOS Rebel T5 camera. I used this to film production meetings, practice shots in pre-production, as well as to film audience research. In evaluation, I used this camera to film the audience feedback. I had used this camera before, so I was therefore accustomed to it, but using it more developed my confidence. Another technology I used was the Canon 7D camera. This was used to film my short film. I had never used this camera before. I developed skills by using it, such as focal shifts and zooms. By using this camera, I also developed skills with other technologies that I used in synergy with the camera. One of these technologies used in synergy was the various camera lenses. However, the two I used in the film were the macro lens and the default lens. I used the macro lens for the close-up shots in my film as it could capture greater detail. All other shots were filmed using the default lens. I had never used a different camera lens before from a default, so I learnt differences between lenses, how to care for lenses, and how to change them properly. Another technology used in synergy with the camera was the tripod. This was used greatly during the filming of audience research, filming audience feedback and evaluation, as well as for establishing and panning shots. The tripod was very useful as it provided the most still and steady shots when filming. Similarly, I used the technology of a Steadicam in my film, specifically the Seagull Pro Aim Steadicam. This was used to film tracking shots. Although initially, weighting the Steadicam for the camera was challenging, after some time I got used to this and it became easier. Skills filming with this Steadicam greatly improved, and many shots that I filmed using the Steadicam were included in the film. A technology used in synergy with the Steadicam was the trolley. I would sit in this trolley and hold the Steadicam as Harry would pull me along. This was used to film many of the dolly shots in the film. Initially, these shots were filmed using the shoulder mount. However, we decided these shots were too unsteady and also was difficult to operate compared to the Steadicam. In the early construction of my film, I used a Rode microphone to record the diegetic sound. However, after a different student damaged this microphone, we had to rely on the microphone of the camera instead. Another technology I utilised was the CF card reader. This was used to transfer footage I filmed onto my Mac computer. I had not used such a technology previously, however, I found it easy to use and I'm now very confident with it. A technology I greatly used throughout was my iPhone. This was important for recording the research, planning and construction stages of my film. I would take pictures and videos using my phone and post these onto the Tumblr blog in order to record my production. My phone was also used to take pictures of my storyboard, which was used in my animatic storyboard. It also recorded the sound from my animatic storyboard, such as my dialogue. These were the main hardwares I used in the research, planning, construction and evaluation stages. Now I will discuss the softwares I used. Photoshop was a very useful software on my Mac. I used it for some of my research, such as my double-page spread review analysis. It was also used for my ancillary tasks, such as my double-page spread and poster. Having used Photoshop previously in media, I was familiar, but I developed skills in the overall presentation of my work and editing of pictures. When creating my poster and double-page spread, in order to follow conventions, I had to use house-style fonts. I accessed these on the website DaFont, where I could download a variety of fonts to create a professional-looking ancillary task that followed real media conventions. Prezi was another technology I greatly used for my film analyses and poster analysis, as well as many aspects of evaluation. Tumblr was another technology I utilised. I used it to blog all aspects from planning, research, construction and evaluation. Its format was useful and easy to use, as I could easily embed videos and prezzies. The Tumblr app meant I could blog on filming days by taking pictures and uploading them. The Facebook Messenger app was a technology I greatly used on my phone. This was used in order to communicate on filming days so that we could be coordinated and on time. Additionally, it was used in the planning and research stages of my production, as when making my storyboard, I could communicate with Harry, who was making the shooting script, and ensure that there was continuity. The Facebook Messenger app also allowed exchange of images taken on filming days that could be used on blogs, as well as for ancillary tasks such as the image for the poster and double-page spread. Another technology I greatly used was Adobe Premiere. This was used to edit the videos such as my animatic storyboard, my short film itself, and my video evaluation such as this one. Premiere was also used to edit the Vox Pops and audience feedback as part of my evaluation question 3. YouTube was another technology greatly used. This was greatly used in planning and research in order to watch short films and analyse them. Our film was also posted onto YouTube. The technology of Adobe Premiere was used in synergy with YouTube, as for the production of my animatic storyboard and final film, I had to get sound effects from YouTube to use as Foley sound in both my animatic storyboard and my final short film, as some of the recorded sound in the filming process was not of high enough standards. I would edit and dub this sound using Premiere in order to match up the sound correctly and make it sound realistic. In conclusion, I used a great deal of new technologies in the research, planning, construction and evaluation of my film. I developed many skills and developed a greater understanding of each technology in general, as many were used in synergy with each other.